Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to March's budget with me. Please ignore how dark it is in my office right now. It's a rainy day, but I still wanted to sit down and get reset for the month of March together because I'm already filming this budget with me a little bit later into the month. It is March 6th when I'm filming this. I want to have this up tomorrow for you guys. So we will officially be 1 week into the new month, which is not ideal, but I've kind of come to the conclusion that for myself personally, I'm just a little bit of a later budgeter. I just like to, kind of get a few days into the new month to close out my previous month, but for the sake of these videos, I know I need to start resetting and updating my budget a little bit sooner. But today we're gonna be sitting down and looking at February's spending, investments, savings, and then we're gonna be setting our new budget for the month of March. If you have already done, your monthly reset routine, your monthly budget, this is a perfect time to pull it out, update it from the first week of the month's transactions. As we go along, you can make sure that the budgets that you set are still relevant, still accurate, and just, kind of take another look at it, refine it, update it, and that way we can still do our budget together. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Today's also a little bit more exciting because we just launched the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard, or 3.0, the other day. The 2.0, if you just purchased the 2.0, honestly, it's our best-selling spreadsheet. It is amazing. We just made some updates, upgrades, and added another tab to the 3.0, but I would say the biggest thing between the 2.0 and the 3.0 is that the new one is now available on Excel, which I know this has been a long time coming. You guys have been waiting. It is finally here. The Ultimate Wealth Dashboard is now available on Google Sheets and Excel, and I'm in the process of making the Golden Habit Tracker available on Excel as well. So I will have all of that linked down below. Make sure you guys go check out Press Reset. Go check out the new Ultimate Wealth Dashboard. It is what I'm gonna be using in today's video. If you are new here, make sure to like this video, subscribe down below, and let's get started. Also, you guys, while I get up my Loom to record my screen, I forgot to acknowledge the obvious. I chopped my hair off and it feels so much lighter. I love it, especially with a hoodie. At first, I was a little hesitant after I did it. I was like, oh my God, I'm literally gonna look like Edna Mode with my glasses on. But I think it's cute. And even if it's giving Edna Mode a little bit, Edna's cute. Okay, so here's my budget for the month of February. If you watched my last monthly reset routine, I talked about how I wanted to have a lower expense month and a higher savings and investments month. And I feel like my expenses, they weren't too bad. They're $1,600, just it's what I spent my money on I'm not happy with. I started out the month really strong, but the second half of the month, I didn't update my budget. That's what happens when I don't update my budget. This is your reminder, and I say this to you because I also need to say it to myself. Update your budget frequently. Don't update it just at the end of the month because you can't stop yourself from going over your budget or not sticking to your budget in time until it's too late. But it's so important if you really want to make sure you're actually sticking to them. So I did not do that good this month updating it. I updated it twice. And then the second half of the month, I did not update it at all. So that's where a lot of my spending happened. Overall, like $1,600 isn't too bad for expenses. It's just like I said, what I actually spent the money on. Like I did really good at groceries, but restaurants was probably higher, which caused my grocery bill to be lower. So it does kind of even out. But I spent $243 on restaurants. My coffee, I spent $75. I was $25 over. I'm not too worried about that. Miscellaneous, I was over by $244. Subscriptions, I need to make sure or update my subscriptions because I shouldn't be over. I must have added some subscriptions. And then pets, I was over by $133. Granted, I paid for everything for the girls this month. Devin didn't. Normally we split a lot of things 50-50, but he did pay more for groceries and extra things that we did. We went bowling, just more activities he paid for. And even though we split everything 50-50, it's just we keep our finances separate, but I'm not gonna be oh, I bought the rabbit food, please sell me $8. And they did not have any vet visits. This is just for food. If you're new here, we have 2 dogs, which we just added our second dog back in October. And since we've gotten her, I keep saying, I'm the expense of 1 dog versus 2 it's not double when you have two, it's like triple. Having a second dog added a lot more expenses than I planned on, which I just need to start planning for more. Because I'm still not used to the expenses of a new furry family member, which she's absolutely worth it. I just need to make sure I'm budgeting better for that. And then we also have a rabbit, Lola. So she needs litter and food every month. The girls need food. They have bark box. They're spoiled. Overall for savings, I'm pretty happy with it. I put 100 in my gift sinking fund. I put 500 in my American Express high yield. We did not put anything in our long-term joint actually, which we probably should. And then for my investments, I did not put 500 in my Roth IRA. I actually ended up just putting 200, but I did put 200 in my trading account. So it evened out a little bit. But yeah, overall for the month of February, it was a pretty average month, not as good as I was hoping. It was just one of those months where I just like feel like I have nothing to show for the money that I spent. It is what it is, but it was just one of those months, you know? For bills, they're the same every month. Our rent, I pay $1,000, Devin pays $1,000, it's $2,000 a month. Our utilities, Devin actually paid $300. They were $639 for water and electric, which we have never had utilities that high, that we actually contacted the utility provider, and our apartment complex sent out an email to everybody saying that they're getting a lot of complaints about the bills that came out during February, how everyone's saying their bill was doubled, and they won't compensate anybody. But I think my conspiracy theory is that something happened with the meters or something, because I guess our complex is getting like hundreds of complaints about these bills. And ours has never really been over 500, maybe like 1 or 2 times, and it was over $600. So that is the month of February. Comment down below, let me know how your month went and how you're feeling about the new year now that we're a little bit into 2024. Let's move on to the month of March, and we're also going to talk about the Wealth Dashboard 3.0. I'm going to make this really quick. The first thing is this budget setup tab. I built it out a little bit more, so you can now enter your name right here. So I'm actually going to enter mine, Kaylan, and then it says welcome, your name. Let's customize your dashboard. The little details. There's also just some quick reminders, and then these are all buttons here, so you can really easily get to the video tutorial. You can leave a review, you can go to our website, you can shop the matching goal and habit tracker, and then you can contact us. So if you have any questions at any point, you can reach out to me really easily by just filling out this contact form. A lot of people were struggling with the due dates on the 2.0, so now you actually input when all of your bills are due right down here and your debt payments, and it will populate into your monthly tabs for you. So that way every single month you don't have to go in and like keep updating when your bills are due. You can just fill it out here, and then it will update across your monthly tabs and your bill pay calendar. We had to take a little intermission. We had a little issue with Amazon, but got it resolved. It's literally going to be pitch black behind me by the time I finish this video, but I forget what I was saying. I think I was just finishing saying that you can now input when your bills are due on your budget setup tab, and it will populate across all of your sheets. So we're gonna start off with the month of March. We're gonna go ahead and set our budget together. We'll talk about all of the new features on the monthly dashboard. The biggest things are, have a monthly reflection section so you can rate your month, if you're happy with the results, how well you did, all that good stuff. So yeah, I got just like a few more features on here so that we can get an even more detailed view of where every single dollar is going, when you spent it, when you had money come in, when you had money come out. You now have a running balance in your accounts. You can obviously see top 15 categories of where your money went. So I'm really excited about this update. I've already gotten so many messages from you guys saying you're loving the new update. Oh, also you have a budget usage column. So not only can you see the amount that you have remaining, you can actually see a percentage of how much you have used of your budget, which once again, I think is just another good visual. So I'm really excited about this. I worked really hard on it. And like I said, it is now also available in Excel. So we're gonna go ahead and set our budget. This is my first month using this, so I need to actually go to my budget setup tab. And we are in March. Our rent is due on the 1st, so I did already pay that. Our utilities are due on the 24th. Wi-Fi is due on, I actually don't know when our Wi-Fi is due. Since Devin pays it, I feel like it's like the 15th. And then I actually do not need medical. So I'm gonna take that out. So now when we go over to our March tab, our due dates are already in here, which is really nice. The month of March is going to be a little bit different because we're actually going on a vacation during the third week of the month, and I'm so excited. We're going to Mexico. We're going for 8 days. And typically on months where we're going on vacation, I really don't even set a budget. I debated on even setting a budget because we don't go on vacations too often. And I really budget strictly the month before and after trip. But like during the month of your trip, it's kind of like thankfully we're in a good enough financial situation where like we can go, we can have fun on the trip. We don't really need to worry about, you know, I mean, obviously we're conscious of our spending, but I'm not gonna like budget out like, oh, we're only gonna spend $200 on this, $300 on this. We kind of go do our own thing, have fun, you know, just spend as we see fit. But I did want to go ahead and actually set a budget this month because we are going to an all-inclusive resort. So your food, your drinks, everything that you do in the resort is already paid for. So I feel like it's going to be a little bit easier to budget for the month because we don't really need to budget out our food. We only really need to budget and plan for our excursions and then food, like traveling there and back. Anyways, I say all that to say we are going on a vacation this month. So I'm going to be a little bit more lenient with my budget this month, which is why I wanted to have a really good month last month. For income, I actually know my YouTube income since it is after the first. You guys, my AdSense has been so low. My AdSense this month will be $267.71. Amazon, I do not share, press reset. I'm not gonna budget anything out because I would like to leave everything in the business once again. Amazon is my full-time income, so I am making a lot more than $267 this month. I just don't share that. But for rent, like I said, these are the same every month. You guys have seen this 1,000 times if you watch my budget with me's every month. 1,000 for rent. I'm gonna say $250 for utilities. It better not be over $500. And then Wi-Fi is $30, I think. Devin pays our Wi-Fi, so I'm honestly, I think it's like 60 or 70 bucks a month, but I'm just gonna budget 30 for it. Okay, then our expenses. Let's see. I have a feeling this month we're gonna eat out a lot because we always tend to eat out a good amount like a few days before the trip and a few days after because we don't want any groceries in our fridge. So I'm gonna budget a little bit less once again for my groceries and a little bit more for restaurants. So I'm gonna say 300 for groceries, I guess. I'll give myself 200 for restaurants. I know I'll have coffee at the airport on the way there and back, and then just coffee out. So I'm gonna say $60 for coffee. For gas, I actually filled up at the end of last month. I spent like $50 I spent $93 on gas last month. That is a lot for me. I forgot my data is not on this one. My whole family makes fun of me for it, but I despise filling up my tank at one time. Like spending $50 in one sitting on gas. I'm that person. I go and I fill up like $10. Also completely random and not part of this video whatsoever, but I recently got the e.l.f. lip oil and it's what I have on my lips and it is so good. It's so hydrating. Comes off pretty quick, but I really like it. Anyways, I'm just gonna say $50 for gas. Gym is Orange Theory, which is $79. And my Planet Fitness membership, which is like $24. So $103 for the gym. Household, this is just anything like paper towels. This is a new category added last month. It's just anything for the house, whether that be decor, you know, paper towels, just anything specifically for the house that is not like just miscellaneous spending or like obviously groceries. So I'm just gonna say $100. I normally end up buying like at least something small. So I'm just gonna say $100 for the house, even though we probably won't really work on anything this month since we are leaving and it is already the 7th. We literally leave in 12 days. That is insane. Miscellaneous. Okay, so this is where, well, I guess miscellaneous is different than clothing. This is where I'm gonna give myself a bigger budget for miscellaneous and for clothing. I'm not really, like, I'm not that person. I do not need an entire new wardrobe every time I go on vacation, but I do like to get a few new pieces, especially the first trip of the year. I normally need like a fresh swimsuit for the year, probably a new pair of shorts because I hate jean shorts and none of them fit me quite right. So I know my miscellaneous, my clothing spending is gonna be a little higher, but I really, once again, I don't wanna spend a lot on that stuff, but I do wanna account for at least, you know, a little bit. So this is also, I guess, gonna include anything that we spend on the trip. I'm gonna give myself $600 for miscellaneous. We already have $450 in our vacation sinking fund for the trip, which is nice. So that should at least cover like our tips when we're there and at least like one excursion or like activity that we do. So we do already have $450. So I'm gonna say $600 for miscellaneous. Self-care, I'll give myself $160 because I am gonna get my nails and my toes done because I need them done desperately. Clothing, I'm gonna vlog my whole packing process. I'm really excited. I am also vlogging our entire trip. So I'm gonna vlog like prepping for the trip, packing for the trip, going on the trip. It's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna say $150 for clothing. My subscriptions, I keep in my subscription tracker. This is the old sheet, which I actually need to copy all of these over. My subscriptions are $193.37 a month, which this saves me so much time. So that way I don't have to input every single subscription transaction. It's a little hack I have, a little time-saving hack. If you have the Ultimate Wealth dashboard, this subscriptions overview, I think it's a very underrated tab on the dashboard. It saves me so much time. Then you also have a little chart down here. So I'll just budget that amount, 193, was it? I literally, you guys, my memory, was that 37 or 97? My memory has just been, I need my let me focuses. And then for pets, I feel like these animals, I feel like they should not need a single thing. I feel like they should be stocked up on everything, but I know if it's not food, if it's not vitamins, a random vet visit is gonna pop up, you know. If you have animals, you know how it is. There's literally always something. So I'm just gonna say $200 for the girls. So that brings my total expenses to $2,366.37 budgeted for March. We have $1,280 budgeted for bills. For savings and sinking funds, I know it's gonna be a little bit lower of a savings month, just obviously with, you know, our trip and everything, but I do wanna at least put like $300 in my American Express. I'll put $100 in my rainy day, $100 in my gift sinking fund, and $100 in my long-term joint. And then I do wanna throw, let's do $300, I think, in my investments. So that brings like my total amount budgeted total to $4,278.66. So with Amazon, that gives you guys some idea. Everyone always asks like what my income is. I don't share it because I split it with Devin, like we split it 50-50 and for his privacy, but everyone always wants to know how much we make, which I completely understand. Like I'm a very nosy person. I enjoy seeing how much other people make, and so I completely understand you guys wanting to know. I will say, every month it is less than $12,000 for me personally. Less than, it honestly, and it depends on the month, especially with having multiple businesses. Your income really fluctuates. I will say it's always more than 5 or 6 and it's less than 12. Anyone who's curious, that is a ballpark of my income. Sometimes it can be 10, 11, sometimes it can be 5,000. It honestly just depends on brand deals, how Press Reset does, how Amazon does. That's the thing about just being self-employed and entrepreneurship is it's not stable, especially when you're starting out and you're early into building a business. Your income and just your life feels very unstable. And after becoming self-employed, I have a whole new greater appreciation for my old 9-to-5 and for 9-to-5 jobs in general. So if you have a 9-to-5 job and you love the stability of it, never feel bad about wanting to stick to your 9-to-5 and then pursue your passions, you know, outside of your 9-to-5 on the weekends after work, because being self-employed, it obviously has many benefits, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But especially if we had children, I would be a lot more risk adverse. But Yeah, it's not consistent. And that's the biggest thing, is you're always working on building consistency, always working on building that stability. But for the first probably, I mean, at least like 5-6 years, you just really don't have that. So that's why my income does fluctuate a lot. My spending fluctuates a lot. And I'm sure through my videos, you guys can kind of tell when I have a good or a lower income month. And that's because it truly is not the same every single month. So comment down below, let me know how you're feeling about the month of March. I am so excited for this month. I think it's gonna be such a good month, not only for myself personally, just because we have a lot of fun things happening. We have multiple birthdays in my family. Obviously, we're going to Mexico. There's gonna be fun content coming. Also, because the weather is warming up, I feel like I'm getting my personality back. The haircut probably did it for me too. Last thing before you guys go, I almost forgot, we're gonna do our monthly giveaway that we do in every single monthly budget with me. Let me pull up the winner from last month. So if you're new here, you need a refresher. Every month we do a monthly giveaway in my monthly budget with me's. So one winner will win. It's typically a $25 gift card to any coffee shop and a $25 Barnes & Noble gift card. So you can go get a coffee and get a book on me. However, since I just launched the new dashboard, I think this month I'm gonna do a $25, I'll let you guys choose actually. We'll switch it up. I'm gonna have you guys choose whatever, like as long as they offer e-gift cards, you can get a $25 gift card to your place of choice and then a free copy of the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard 3.0. If you're like, I want this dashboard now and I do not wanna wait until the end of this month because I do choose the winner on the last day of the month, then you can go ahead and purchase the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard, the Goal and Habit Tracker, whatever you want. And if you do win, I would just refund you the money. So that way you can get it for free. Last month's winner was Adriana, or Adriana. I love that name, it's so pretty. Adriana won February's monthly reset giveaway. Thank you, Adriana, for entering, for supporting my channel. And in order to enter for this month, all you have to do is go follow me on Instagram. I'll link it down below. I'll put it on the screen. It's at Kaylan_Kerbler, and DM me the word. We're gonna switch it up this month, and let's DM the word March. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and DM me the word March, and you'll be entered to win a $25 gift card to any place of your choice and a copy of a Press Reset spreadsheet. So once again, thank you guys for all of your love and support. I love doing this every single month, giving back to you guys. With that being said, we're gonna wrap up this March budget with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, or you do like monthly reset routines, productivity vlogs, day in the lives, weekly vlogs, definitely make sure to stick around and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. We are so close to 18,000, so make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.